What's up, guys? It's Twilight. Welcome back to my channel. So, paralysis, part 1. We are going to explore in this series how trauma cripples us from being able to reach self-actualization. Many people have started the alternative spiritual journey and have experienced some major setbacks. And with the overall collective series of events that is occurring around us, it is definitely, almost assuredly, that everyone is experiencing trauma on some level. Now, this video will get into the scientific aspects of the way trauma affects the brain, affects the reasoning skills, and affects a person's ability to truly grow. Why is this important? Because many of us are experiencing so many challenges with self-actualizing and becoming the person that we can be and we know that we can be. It can become very, very frustrating. And what I found in my journey of spirituality is that you cannot suppress and repress the things that make you uncomfortable. By doing so, you effectively make that thing stronger. Now, from a metaphysical standpoint, that is called resistance. When resistance is created, you have a difficult time manifesting what you envision. Most people try to disregard uncomfortable feelings because they simply want to feel good, but that particular strategy will prove to short them in the long-term gain of manifesting your true desire. It is a better strategy to explore those things, get to the core reason they occurred in the first place, and find ways to constructively work through it. But as I have also noted in my spiritual journey and through coaching others, is that many people are experiencing such an acute level of toxic shame about the things that they are uncomfortable with about themselves and their past, that it almost cripples them from even being able to take a deeper look. But there is light at the end of the road. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that this information is available to anyone who is experiencing these things and are looking for some insight, direction, or something to ponder. Now, I'm going to give this disclaimer. I am not a psychologist, and you want to consult with your physician. You want to consult before implementing any of the suggestions provided in this video. 5 things that we are going to look at in this video. Number 1, are we experiencing a collective trauma? Number 2, let's talk about physical war. Number 3, let's talk about psychological war. Number 4, what are the components? What components of the brain is affected by trauma? Number 5, what does this mean for us? Number 1, are we experiencing a collective trauma? Trauma is defined in the dictionary definition as a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. Whenever we turn on the news, the radio, when we go to stores, when we walk outside, when we speak to our neighbor, we are reminded of a universal problem that is affecting our entire globe. Headlines from all over the world are denoting this indiscriminate disease that can affect anyone. Was it actually something that originated organically, or if it was something that was actually presented to us and created through biological manipulation? The most important thing to note is that we are bombarded and reminded every time we go to sleep and every time we wake up of this imminent threat inside of our borders. We can't tune it out. We can't watch Love and Hip Hop. We can't turn on a commercial. It is right in front of our faces. One particular headline I noticed said that a large percentage of COVID-19 patients suffer from obesity and hypertension. After doing a bit of research, it was revealed that according to the most behavioral risk factor surveillance survey, BRFSS data, adult obesity rates now exceed 35% in 9 states, 30% in 31 states, and 25% in 48 states. So we're talking nearly over a fourth of the population is actually suffering from obesity. So that's one part of the population that is being affected. We're also seeing headlines like coronavirus clusters at a LA homeless shelter as governor calls for more tests. We're also seeing headlines like the tests are tainted. We're also seeing constant bombardment of information like death tolls. Who's most susceptible? Everyone needs to stay at home. Masks everywhere. And it's like the Grim Reaper is just sitting on our front porch waiting for us to come outside. So I'm going to take you back to the definition of trauma. A deeply distressing or disturbing experience. We can all collectively agree that this is in fact a full all-out traumatic experience that is happening to everyone all over the globe, and no one is being able to or given the opportunity to escape it. I understood very clearly that this was not going to be a situation that was going to allow us to return to a certain level of normalcy because it was just too intense. Okay? It was just too intense. The intensity of that, even over a short period of time, can be detrimental. We can liken this to a war. In a TED Talks done by Dr. John Riggs, he explains the effect of trauma on the brain and its behaviors. What Dr. John Riggs explained in this particular TED Talks was that when you send a soldier out to war, they are put in a situation where they are constantly having to be under the guise of hyperactivity in a fight or flight response, meaning constant anxiety, because they are under the imminent threat that there is some enemy trying to kill them. Now, this is a soldier going out to a physical war. And in this physical war, in his head, when he goes to sleep and when he wakes up in the morning, he is constantly reminded that there is a physical threat to his safety. And as we all know, soldiers experience what's called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, this is over a constantly putting your body through the rigorous stress of a particular enemy attempting to kill you for days, months, weeks, even years. Now look at us. Since the beginning of March, the United States has been under duress because of a particular internal threat that threatens the body, that has the potential to kill them, and is said to have no respecter of person. And we are going to sleep with this thought in our head days, hours, minutes, weeks, months. This is likened to a terrorist attack, a war. But instead, this war is on our collective psyche, on our collective spirit. Trauma has been noted to be able to be passed down from generation to generation to change the genetic makeup and disposition of your children, children's children, children. And I can prove that. Trauma also, when it goes unchecked, change the structure of the brain. Trauma also puts you in a position where you will be reduced, even the highest intellectual, down to your most primitive, basic instincts of survival. We are treading dangerous waters here, people. And what I hope to do is to provide you with insights, information, so you can recognize it, be aware of it, understand how it works, and use this information to your advantage. Please join me in video 2 of Soul Paralysis by selecting the link in the description, logging on to patreon.com/The Underbelly Group, and check out videos 2 through 5, which will be posted there. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your time. Peace and healing.